It's David Ortiz's final trip to Seattle before he retires from baseball. Great seats still available, so get them at mariners.com. Wild card standings, the Mariners involved. And Mike, they're within shouting distance. They have games against all of these teams still to come. And that's what you look forward to if you're a club. The Mariners 5 games back in the wild card race, but the good news is they get to play all of these clubs that are ahead of them. So I think if they're in, it's encouraging. They're right there. They have to play some consistent baseball. And again, as a team, as a player, all you want is an opportunity in the second half. Control your destiny, and the Mariners certainly have that. Well, it's right there in front of them, and one guy's playing a part here with Ketel Marte out with mononucleosis. How about Sean O'Malley's work? He has really played well, had an opportunity to play. I think it's helped him a little bit knowing that Marte is going to be out for a period of time. He's played well at shortstop, just a couple of errors overall this year, but he's really been swinging the bat better, especially on this road trip, and providing some speed to the club. Well, here we are on the 30th of July. And the summertime is going great here in this country of ours, and it's a good time to travel as these Mariner fans are doing here in Chicago. Many have come from Cooperstown to Toronto to Pittsburgh to Chicago. Always a great venue here at Wrigley Field. We're excited for first pitch action. It's coming your way, Mariners and the Cubs. It is no doubt one of the more famous addresses in baseball. Clark and Addison, Wrigley Field, the marquee, iconic here in baseball and in Chicago, as we welcome you to the Windy City on a clear day for baseball as the Mariners tee it up against the Chicago Cubs. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Good to be with you. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Pitching matchup today, Jake Arrieta, reigning National League Cy Young Award winner, goes against Wade Miley. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order that Joe Madden thinks very highly of. Aoki's going to lead things off. Did not play in yesterday's game, but since his recall, hitting .333, so hopefully he's off to a fast start. Nelson Cruz, the cleanup hitter, a .400 average with a home run against Arrieta. Sean O'Malley has really played well. He is hitting 8th.
2 for 5 yesterday with a stolen base. And yes, we're in a National League ballpark, so Wade Miley will round out the 9 for the Mariners. For Arrieta, starting in Baltimore, you can see his struggles there. ERA at a 5.46. But since coming to Chicago, he's pitched much better. I think a big reason why, and you'll notice it today, he is throwing across his body, a lot of movement on his fastball. He will use his slider, good curveball from him. His command has gotten much better, a dominant pitcher. Overall, you can see his fastball, opponent's hitting just 204, but his curveball 159, his changeup 125, and his slider, which has been hit in the month of July. That's the reason why the average has gone up to 224 and slugging 418 against Arrieta. Take a look at the defense. Ben Zobrist is going to play left field today. He was in right field yesterday, so for Joe Madden, he does a little bit of everything. Dexter Fowler getting the start in center field, so Jason Hayward, who was in center yesterday, moves to right. Zobrist in left. Wilson Contreras did not play in yesterday's game. He will get the start at first base. Anthony Rizzo out of the lineup, and Miguel Montero will do the catching.
Jake Arrieta. What a big addition he's been to this ball club. 30 years old, out of Austin, Texas. Born in Farmington, Missouri. Won the Cy Young Award last year, 22-6, a 1.77. The Mariners have not seen him since the year 2012 when he was with Baltimore.
He is a true power pitcher. His fastball average at 94. You'll see him at 96, 97 at times. His slider at 89 miles an hour and his curveball at 81.
And here we go. We're underway. First pitch to Aoki, ball one. Home plate umpire Lance Barrett, Dan Iasonia, the crew chief at first, Clint Fagan at second, and Eric Cooper at third. Norick pops one up. So when Arrieta came over here to Chicago, do what you do, right? They didn't try to stop him in terms of his throwing across his body like he had done before.
Yeah, in Baltimore, they were worried about arm injuries, and so they ended up straightening out his delivery, but unfortunately that also straightened out his pitches, flattened out his slider, and so when he's come over to Chicago, he's gone back to the way he pitched in the minor leagues. And if you look at him, he's about as athletic as it gets, so he's really one of the most dominant pitchers in the National League, if not in all of baseball. A 2.76 ERA overall, 12-game winner, 135 strikeouts, just 46 walks. Opponents hitting just 198 against him. He's only given up 8 home runs this year.
Norick puts it in play to second baseman Baez. Tad throws him out. Following that note too, Mike, the other thing that jumped out at you when you're getting ready for this game, got a 1.93 ERA here at Wrigley Field, best ever, and at 178 here, batting average against the best ever here in this ballpark.
Yeah, and then you also always have to look at the flags here, and you're going to see a breeze. Yesterday was blowing straight in. Today it's probably in maybe towards left field. So that's where the power numbers are going to be, probably down the line to left. I thought it was interesting, though, if you look at his season, the way it has gone, his numbers and his struggles have continued. In the month of July, a 5.5 ERA. And his off-speed pitches, a 325 batting average, and his slider opponent's hitting 444. So hopefully the Mariners can take advantage of that.
Swing and a miss by Martin. 1-1.
As most of the great pitchers, when he gets 2 strikes on a hitter, he will mix it up, throwing his fastball about 50% of the time, but then he has a slider at 23 and his curveball at 20%. So it's tough to eliminate pitches against him.
Very comfortable 75 degrees here in Chicago. This one fouled back. That's up. The Mariners, Mike, can get into bounce back mode. They've given up a ton of runs the last 2 games, 22-2, 10-1 to Pittsburgh, and 12-1 yesterday.
Well, and they faced some quality pitchers and quality opponents, so they need a good start out of Miley today. And typically when you're facing a pitcher like Arrieta, your own pitcher has to do his job, and that's keep you in the ballgame.
He did go. Martin, can he beat it out? He does. Miguel Montero could not get to the ball fast enough. So a strikeout wild pitch.
That's the curveball, 12-6 curveball. You can see the bite on it. And Montero does not square up his body. That's the reason why it kicked off to his left and gave Martin an opportunity to get to first. Good hustle by Martin. And against a pitcher like Arrieta, get on base any way that you can.
Absolutely. Here's Robinson Cano over talking to Joe Madden. He was asked about what do you like about Cano's swing. He said, how about everything? He said it's smooth, it's whippy. And he said that play made behind the bag yesterday, which Mike, you and I see every day. Certainly. Here's the ball getting through Montero again. So down to second goes Martin. And he said it's certainly embodied in the way Robbie swings the bat. Nice and loose. And Joe was talking about how Don Zimmer first brought Cano to his attention years ago when the late Don Zimmer, was with Madden on the staff down at Tampa Bay and playing against the Yankees. Madden very complimentary about Mariner offense. He said, "Holy smokes, Batman, that's a great lineup. Seriously, it might be the best lineup we've seen this year."
It's a very good lineup. I think with Cano this year, the thing that we have seen is you cannot just stay on one side of the plate with him. You have to mix it up.
A looper down the left field line going foul.
Arrieta's best fastball so far at 96 miles an hour. But early in the season, a lot of clubs, I think because of the way he had to deal with his injury last year, they tested him inside, and that's when he hit a lot of home runs in the first 2 months. Since then, they tried to pitch him away. That's when we saw his average go up, hitting over 300 now. And now he's just using the entire ballpark.
Fowler, the center fielder, about a step towards left center, but a lot of green in those gaps out there for Robbie. 1-1. Ball 2. Lance Barrett. What do we expect out of him today?
I think that he's just a good umpire, and the one thing that you hope is because of the reputation of Arrieta, obviously winning the Cy Young Award last year, that he doesn't let him expand the plate. So far, that has not been the case through the first few batters here in this game.
2-1 to Cano. Chopper, boy, he's had a lot of choppers, little dribblers. Make sure Martin gets back, throws out Cano, 2 away. Bring up the Mariners cleanup hitter Nelson Cruz.
Take a look at this last pitch. That's the changeup at 89 miles an hour. A lot of movement to it. It looked like it was going to be on the outside corner. Ended up off the plate away. It goes right off the end of the bat for Cano.
Brings up Mr. Cruz, 284, 25 homers, 66 runs batted in. 4 for 10 with a homer against Arrieta. Arrieta's had 2 starts, played in 3 games, pitched in 3 games against the Mariners, an 0-1 record, a 4.63 ERA. Last time they saw him was 1 game in 2012, 2 in 2011. And that's when he was with Baltimore. Big swing and miss. Including today, Arrieta's got now 10 wild pitches his last 15 starts.
And we've talked about it with Felix all the time on how Felix throws all of his pitches with a lot of conviction. That's the same thing with Arrieta. And he will throw the ball in the dirt, especially with his 12-6 curveball.
Pitch to Cruz, 0-2. To the shortstop, Russell. Throws him out. Mariners strand a runner in the first. Good to have you with us. Good looking day here in Chicago. Wind blowing out towards left field. Arrieta against Jake Miley. The Cubs coming to bat. Mariners about to face one of the bright young lights in baseball. A dominant figure, Kris Bryant, leads the league in runs scored, tied for second in home runs and 8th in runs batted in. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order for Joe Maddon's Chicago Cubs.
And Dexter Fowler going to lead things off. Did not play in yesterday's ball game, but against Miley, a .353 hitter with the home run. You mentioned Kris Bryant off to a good start against the Mariners, on base all 5 times in yesterday's ball game. Jake Arrieta will round out the 9 for the Cubs, and for Arrieta, don't sleep on him. A .293 hitter with 2 home runs this year.
Miley, a very fast worker, as you know, and he's ahead of Fowler, 0-2. Fowler at .284, 8 homers and 32 runs batted in.
And for Wade, you can see the average against his fastball at times catching too much of the plate has been better as of late, but opponents hitting .311, slugging .516. His slider has been his best pitch, and he'll use it quite a bit today. Opponents hitting just .214.
And a good pitch there to get Fowler, 1 down. Miley versus the Cubs in 5 previous starts, 3-1 with a 3.89 ERA.
For the Mariners, on the defensive side of things, Aoki was out yesterday getting the start today in left field. Adam Lind came in the game as a late defensive replacement, but he starts at first. Lee out, and Mike Zunino had yesterday off, getting the bulk of the playing time since being recalled.
There's Bryant. Shift on for Kris with 3 defenders left side. Cano joining O'Malley and Seager. Foul ball. Big day for Bryant yesterday. Double RBI single stolen base, walk, run scored, and another walk. 3 for 3, a run scored, and RBI.
You can see he leads the club with 26 home runs. And the Mariners, there's a good fastball right on the inside corner. That'll be an important pitch. He didn't like the call, but if Miley can get that pitch, that would be a huge benefit for him.
Miley looking for his first win since winning against Cleveland back on June 7th. Plus his last 6 starts. And the Mariners really, as we talked about the wild card picture, really need him to get back on track. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Miley coming out, fired up, 2 down.
And again, a well-located fastball on the inside corner, but more importantly, elevated. We saw Bryant yesterday. Anything that's down in the zone, he'll drop the barrel on it. So a good pitch from Miley. Very aggressive with Bryant. You're right about that, Dave. And also some good news in case you missed it yesterday. Taijuan Walker threw a bullpen about 15 minutes, looked good. Everything went well, so he's going to go on a rehab on Monday.
There's Ben Zobrist. Scott Service talking about Taijuan Walker. Can't wait to get him back into the starting rotation. And a nice big homestand coming up. 4 with Boston, 3 with the Angels. Ken Griffey Jr. weekend next week at this time, and then 3 with the Tigers, who really did a number on the Mariners when we were in Detroit. Zobrist, one of the real versatile players in all of baseball, 35 years old, is with Kansas City, spent a lot of time with Joe Maddon in Tampa Bay. And he could play pretty much anywhere. He's in left field today.
Had the start in right field yesterday. He can also play some second base.
Check down first, and Sony said he did not go. 2-2.
He's a switch hitter. Been better hitting right-handed this year as we take a look at him trying to check his swing, and was able to do it. Hitting .298 as a right-handed hitter on the year.
He's a veteran guy. He's stepped out on Miley a couple times. You know, Wade, he wants to get it, throw it.
More power from the left side, but a higher batting average hitting right-handed.
It's a big acquisition, getting him to come over here and rejoin Joe Maddon. Only once in his career has Miley struck out 3 in the first inning of a ball game, trying to do it here, and he does. Good start, Wade Miley, here in the first in Chicago. Nothing across for the Cubs as he strikes out the side. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. By the Out to Lunch concert series presented by the Downtown Seattle Association. By the new face of Strong, the 2016 Chevy Silverado. And by Country Financial. Visit ownyourfuture.com. Called many a game there. Soldier Field, home of the Chicago Bears. And speaking of the NFL, the Seahawks training camp opening this week. Here's Kyle Seager. Long sit down with Madden and his group. He said that with the wind blowing in yesterday, Mike, and we talked a little bit about this, how this ballpark played. Here's a backhand effort by Baez. Joe noted how Seager crushed that one ball yesterday. And he said he turned around 3 times and kept looking out. How did that not go out? So Joe says when the wind's blowing in, this place plays bigger than Safeco Field.
It's a huge factor in this ballpark, and that's the reason why we're going to continue to watch it. Blowing straight in right now at the start of the game, it was blowing out towards left. But it definitely had an effect in yesterday's game, and it cost Kyle Seager, who's been a hot hitter, a home run in yesterday's game.
He did hit that ball well. Here's Adam Lynn. Seager, long fly ball, right center field in the 6th inning. Adam Lynn 4 for 23 against Arrieta with a home run.
We talked about Arrieta and the change that he's made, which is basically the way that he pitched when he was in the minor leagues. You can see that he's right in the middle of the mound. But he will throw across his body, so he'll step towards the third base line and then throw across his body.
Here's a ball hit to center field that Fowler is going to camp under.
That may have been an example of the wind right there. That ball was hit pretty well on a hanging curveball in the middle of the plate. And he crushed it.
Let's take a look. Mariners calendar brought to you by Sleep Train. We mentioned that big homestand coming up, the Boston Red Sox, and say goodbye to Big Papi. 5, 6, and 7, Angels in town, Ken Griffey Jr. weekend, and then the Tigers come in before we hit the road again. Mike Zunino, 227, 3 homers and 5 runs. Batted in. Mike's done some good work since coming back to the ballpark. Swing and a miss.
Pretty good moving fastball, and he creates a lot of movement because you can see again he will step towards the third base line, throw back across his body. Tremendous rotation on the ball, and that's the reason why he's so difficult, especially to right-handed hitters. You can see that fastball running in on Mike's hands. He wanted to go away with it.
He's got that shoulder coming at you, the arm coming. He hides the ball really well.
That's the biggest key. He really hides the baseball. You can see it's hard to pick it up coming out. And then the tremendous movement running right back in on his hands. That'll open up the plate for his slider curveball combination away from the righties.
1-2 to Mike. Swing and a miss. Arrieta, second strikeout. He goes 1-2-3 in the second. Early on, both of these guys are picking it up here. Hitters beware as Arrieta strikes out Zunino to end the Mariners' second. Bottom of the second, Mariners taking on the Chicago Cubs, who own the best record in the major leagues at 62-40. The best home record in the National League at 33-16. Here Baez. Robbie Cano scoots over to the left side of the infield for that first pitch. Baez, Addison Russell, and Jason Hayward 4, 5, and 6.
An impressive first inning for Miley, striking out the side.
Seager cuts it off. 1 down. Nice play. Follow Mariners baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat app. Stay up to the moment with Game Day live, game video highlights, statcasts, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet.
As you look at the Cubs, impressive as a team. They are first in ERA, but offensively very good. 7th in hitting, 3rd in runs scored, 3rd in doubles, 4th in home runs, 1st in walks, 4th in slugging, and 1st in on-base percentage. So they will put a lot of pressure on you offensively.
Addison Russell, the shortstop. Fouled into the glove of Mike Zunino. Miley struck out the side in the first inning. Fowler, Bryant, and Zobrist. Louisiana youngster Wade Miley down in the dirt, checked down to first, didn't go. 2-2. Miley wins this year at Texas, at the Angels, beat Kansas City, at Houston, Tampa Bay, at Baltimore, and at Cincy. He was rolling at that point. He was 5-2. Adam Lynn battling the wind. He's got room. 2 down. But Wade can get back to where he was in that first half of the season, Mike, where he won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row. That'd really be something for this ball club.
Well, and I think that there's reason to be encouraged. Even though he's lost his last 2 ball games against the White Sox, he pitched into the 7th inning, gave up just 6 hits in that outing, and then his last outing against Toronto, a very good offensive club, he went 6 innings, only 4 hits and a couple of runs in that one. So he's been pitching much better, just hasn't had any wins to show for it.
There's Jason Hayward. Looks at a strike.
And for Wade, you mentioned he likes to work fast. He also likes to throw a lot of strikes. 22 pitches, 15 strikes so far. But more importantly, it's the quality of the strikes. And here in the early going, it's been pretty good. That last pitch in the middle of the plate. But for overall, he's been able to stay on the edges.
Miley with a career record of 55-54. Deals here to Hayward. Fouled off. Hayward, yesterday's game, 1 for 4, drove in 3, hit a 2-run homer in the 3rd, a sac fly in the 6th.
We were talking about Kyle Seager and the wind knocking the ball down. Hayward hit a line drive out of here, and that's how you beat the wind.
The 0-2. Strike 3 called. Miley on fire through 2. He's got 4 Ks already. He struck out 4 the first 6 men that he's faced. No score here at Wrigley Field. Good look from behind the left field foul pole. That hey, hey, that was a signature call of Jack Brickhouse, a Hall of Fame announcer, longtime broadcaster here with the Cubs. First pitch strike to Sean O'Malley, followed by Wade Miley and Nori Aoki. Comebacker. Oh. More of an adventure than they anticipated. Time now for a Keiko this day in MLB history. Take it back to '96. Mariners acquiring Jamie Moyer from Boston for outfielder Darren Bragg. Jamie went on to have a marvelous career. Pitched when almost 49, 50 years old, and went into the Mariners Hall of Fame. Here's Wade Miley. He's going to swing the bat. He's 1 for 5 this season.
We were talking about Taijuan Walker earlier and going out on his rehab on Monday. Looked good in his bullpen session yesterday. An abbreviated windup, a lot like Taijuan's for Arrieta.
A tad more of a turn, but I agree with you. Miley fell in 1 off on 2. I'm trying to remember last time I saw a pitcher rise like Arrieta has from 5 under 500 to 31 over 500.
Well, we talked about even when he was with Baltimore, he had the good fastball and a really good curveball, but his slider was a little bit flat. His fastball was straight. You gain some experience, Dave, and you get more comfortable in your surroundings, and then you make a little adjustment sometimes at this level, and the light comes on and you take off. You take a look at Taijuan Walker. Mariners looking forward to getting him back in the rotation. Pretty good from a layoff of that slider.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
1-2.
There you go. And if nothing else, he's adding to his pitch count. This will be the 6th pitch coming up. 30 pitches, 23 strikes for Arrieta.
He'd like to get a knock, but he can definitely take pride in that. Up the middle. Russell's there. And we've got 2 down. 2 outs here in the Mariners' 3rd, and you can dress like a Hall of Famer. On Sunday, August 7th, the Mariners wrap up Ken Griffey Jr. weekend. That's because the first 20,000 fans are going to get a Griffey replica throwback jersey thanks to Nike. Get your tickets, and we highly recommend you get on it quickly. Visit Mariners.com. This will be one of the bigger weekends in Mariners history. That was the 6th ground ball thrown by Arrieta as we get back to the top of the order. Nori Aoki, he rounded out the 2nd.
Well, you look at his fastball, 94, 95 miles an hour. You can hear it when it hits Montero's glove. It's a heavy fastball with all the movement that he's able to get on it.
There's a strike. Last 2 outings for Arrieta, no decisions. 2 before that, losses to Pittsburgh and the Mets, both on the road. His last win, June 27 at Cincinnati. 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs all earned, 5 walks and 4 Ks. 2-1 to Nori. Strike 2.
Talked about his struggles in the month of July. He looks as if he's locked in today. What's hurt him is his off-speed pitches, especially his slider. We've only seen 1 curveball that was left up in the zone. Adam Lynn gave it a pretty good ride, but hit it right into the teeth of the wind, dead center field, knocked it down. Other than that, his breaking ball has been down out of the strike zone.
2-2, 2 outs. Pitch to Aoki. Oh, he fouled out. My goodness.
That's called an emergency hack right there. Clearly beat. Wasn't sure if it was going to be called a strike or not. At the last second, hit it out of the glove of Montero.
That was deluxe work.
Saw that for a lot of years with Ichiro.
Yeah. Boy, getting chance to fill his position. Jake Arrieta, another 1-2-3 inning. That's his third comebacker already. No score in Chicago. Matchup here in Chicago, and we've got some great news for you. Sound Transit's new Link Light rail stations on Capitol Hill and at the UW are now open, so plan your trip at soundtransit.org. Years ago, I was here for Chicago, took the L and went to Buddy Guy's Blues Club. That was a blast. Big guy wasn't there, but good fun nonetheless. Good music town. Wilson Contreras played some first base. Anthony Rizzo getting a day off. Since 2013, Anthony Rizzo's played 559 of the Cubs' 588 games. And like you can relate to this, as Joe Madden was talking about, those days of trying to play 162 games pretty much over. He likes to be proactive and give guys off, like today, a day off, and then Rizzo will come back tomorrow night.
I think that there's a lot of value in that if you have your players, especially your key players.
Down the line going foul.
You have to give them days off. Good examples, you look at the Mariners, Cano, Cruz, and Seager. They're pretty much in the lineup every day, and it's something Scott Service has talked about. Now, in the American League, you have the luxury of DHing them, which we've seen Cano do a couple of times. But as players, they're going to fight their way into the lineup as much as possible. And as a manager, you have to call them in the office and let them know, hey, for your best interest and the clubs, I have to give you a day off from time to time.
Well, one of the things that Joe talked about, and Scott's talked about this too, and you lived it, you get mentally tired. And then he said, once you get mentally tired, everything else, good night.
That's it. And then all of a sudden, you know, you go into that slump for a week to 10 days when hopefully you can avoid it by getting a day off every now and then.
There's Cano. Throws out Contreras. There's a great throwing arm by Robbie. One out. But that mental fatigue.
That's the biggest part of it. Physically, these guys, after you get through the first couple of weeks, they all have some sort of ailment. And when you play in this league for a while, as Kyle Seager has, for example, you learn to deal with it. Adam Lynn's been around for a while. And you just work your way through it. But on the mental side of things, you think you're okay, but all of a sudden you hit a wall and the bat speed slows down and you don't think as clearly. So I think that getting days off now and then are important.
Not a good thing to be mentally tired and having to face 100. Ground ball. Miley having a heck of a run here. He's retired the first 8 men that he's faced. Quick 2 outs here in the Cubs' third. What's next? Brought to you by CenturyLink. ESPN has the game tomorrow night. Felix Hernandez goes against Kyle Hendricks. What do you expect out of Felix for tomorrow night on his third start coming back off the DL?
Well, if you look at Felix in his first 2 outings coming back, it's been the first inning just trying to get adjusted again. So I expect him to pitch extremely well. I think that get the feel for his changeup right away in the ball game tomorrow. That's a great pitching matchup. So for him, he's going to have his best stuff right away. But I have a sneaking suspicion. Night game, Wrigley Field, it's going to be a sold-out crowd, national television. I think that Felix you're going to see some of the best of him.
Big stage. He deserves it. Miley 8 up, 8 down without a ball hit out of the infield. There's a foul ball by Arrieta.
Arrieta hitting .293 with a couple of home runs on the year, so you have to pitch him almost like a position player. Something you and I talked about yesterday. If you're in the National League as a pitcher, you have to be able to get the bunts down and help yourself every now and then swinging the bat. Arrieta obviously spending time in the batting cage, and another good pitch from Miley.
Wade Miley, 9 up, 9 down, 5 strikeouts. Got it working here today as he battles Jake Arrieta. Seattle Mariners baseball here in Root Sports is brought to you by CHI Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partners in health. Learn to stay Northwest healthy at nwhealthy.org. By Mike's Hard Lemonade, flavor starts here. By Sausage Party in theaters August 12th. And by the Out to Lunch concert series presented by the Downtown Seattle Association. Great mass transportation here in Chicago, the Windy City. Wind blowing straight in here today. And how about both of these pitchers, Mike, through 3 innings, 3 full innings, and it's taken a total of 73 pitches.
Well, they're both right now the first time through the line. This will be the second time for the Mariners, but for both clubs, you look at Arrieta and Miley, they're both doing it with their fastball, and they're pitching both sides of the plate, but they're going right at the hitters. Another good fastball. This may drop in for a hit.
Down the line, foul.
Another good fastball in on the hands of Martin. So both of them being very aggressive and making quality pitches, staying out of the middle of the plate. There it is, 93 miles an hour. Again, you can see the movement on his fastball. Gets it in on his hands.
Martin reached base first time up, struck out, but it was a wild pitch. Got the first, wild pitch the second. Mariners couldn't bring him home.
He's been the only base runner in the game so far.
Yeah. Miley's gone 9 up, 9 down with 5 Ks. Hands again, found it back.
Staying with the fastball. 39 pitches, 30 strikes.
That's how you do it, boys. And Miley just as good, if not better. And we got a first base hit in the ball game. Martin has reached base twice. Good 2-strike hitting. You can hear the wind on our mics as it blows straight in here in Chicago.
Well, look at this last pitch. That's the slider, cutter, whatever you want to call it, 90 miles an hour. And again, up in the zone. That's the pitch that has hurt him this month of July. Elevated pitch. He's trying to get this in off the inside corner. He leaves it more towards the middle of the plate. And even though it jammed him a little bit, he's able to get enough of it to drive it back up the middle for a hit.
Martin back safely.
Cano grounded back to Arrieta his first time up. It was on a changeup off the plate away.
Outfield straight away and deep for Robbie. 22 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Good lead for Martin. Cano 5 for 20 against Arrieta. Arrieta checks the runner. Long hold. Hit on the button, but Taylor made double play. Nice looking turn by Baez and Russell to Contreras.
Yeah, bad break for the Mariners and Cano. As you mentioned, he hit it about as hard as you can. Unfortunately, right to the second baseman. Easy turn for Russell.
If you want a candidate who might be able to get one through the wind, I think we're looking at him right here, Mr. Cruz. 9 of Arrieta's 11 outs on ground balls. Only grounded out to short first time. Good breaking ball. 0-2. Cruz at 5 hits on this road trip, with the Mariners stand at 3-3. Fastball away, missed. Outfield deep. 1-2 to Cruz. Hit hard through the hole, base hit. A lot to like about his approach. Enter the Mariners Team Store Fan Dream Stakes contest. You could win one of 10 great prizes, including authentic Mariners apparel, the opportunity to throw out the first pitch, and more. So do yourself a favor, stop by any of the 5 Mariner Team stores and enter today. To this point, this has got to be the best showing of Mariner fans on the road this season. It's been outstanding.
It really has been.
Walking up, you have to walk up ramps to get up here. It's an old ballpark, 1914.
That's right. What do you expect?
But I caught 3 tour groups consisting of Mariner fans on my way up. It was great. There's the ramps. There you go. Good ballpark. Sightlines are outstanding. And with the sun here out on this beautiful day, it makes it even more beautiful. How about the Mariners in this inning? Both base hits coming on 2 strikes. That's Arrieta.
Well, starting to make some adjustments. We'll see if Arrieta continues on his path, but so far he's used his fastball quite a bit. Not many breaking balls from him. Missed with 2 fastballs to Seager. Good count for him, 2-0.
Outfield deep for Kyle. Adam Lind, the on-deck hitter, hit a ball hard. Wind knocked it down. Flying out to center in his first at bat. Able to hold. He did. Check down to third. Eric Cooper. Kyle Seager is aboard. 2 outs, 2 on. First walk by Arrieta. First 3-ball count for either pitcher.
Well, you can see he was almost unhittable in the month of April, but that ERA starting to climb, and the month of July has been a rough one for him. Second time the Mariners have had a runner in scoring position. You can tell by the way Kyle was able to take that last pitch 3-0. He was swinging if that fastball was in the strike zone.
Opportunity for Adam Lind. 4 career hits against Arrieta, 1 a home run. 2 on, 2 out. Did not commit. 0-1. Opportunity here for the Mariners. 1-0 to Adam Lind. Outside 2-0.
We're thinking about the splits on Arrieta this year. Left-handers hitting 203 against him. Right-handers 194. So it really doesn't matter.
All right, here's one we talked about in the open. It's trade deadline season. The trade deadline coming up on Monday. Mark Melancon from Pittsburgh to Washington. I'm surprised at that. Melancon was having a really good year.
Well, you had to think that Washington was going to do something with the struggles of Papelbon. I think Dusty's had to take him out of the game in his last few outings. Melancon
was good.
Having a really good year for the Pirates.
Good spot here for Adam Lind. 2-0. Hit it hard and smothered down there at first by Contreras. Will take it himself. And that'll do it for the Mariners. They get the first 2 hits of the ball game, but strand 2 as we go to the home 4th at Wrigley. Here in Chicago, middle game 3-game series with the Cubbies. Time now for the greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. How about Ichiro? Shooting for 3,000. He's right on the doorstep. He did go for 4 last night against the Cardinals. Jaime Garcia starts for the Cardinals tonight. Ichiro 2 for 9, a double and 2 Ks against him. He's got 2,553 of his hits with the Mariners in the major leagues. But Itch sitting at 29.98. Good for him.
Yeah, if he's in the lineup today, he'll probably take care of it.
Second time through here for the Cubs. Miley 9 up, 9 down. 5 strikeouts. Martin with the glasses on. Easy play, 1 down. Another big crowd here. They had a sellout yesterday, 40,951.
Standing room only here today.
Yes, indeed. Cubs are the best record in baseball. And they're first put out by a Mariner outfielder. People have been waiting lifetimes for the Cubs to get back to the World Series and to win one. They haven't won one since 08.
Mariners have the shift on with Bryant hitting.
For a right-hander, there's a Mariner fan. This trip is worthwhile. For a right-hander, he handles that low pitch like a lefty handles that loop zone, low down and in pitch.
We really saw that yesterday. He can also have a pretty good breaking ball. There's a changeup. So 2 good pitches right on the outside corner. 1 a fastball, comes back with a good changeup.
Cano moving over to the right side of second now. Counted 0-2 here to Bryant. Hit hard to Seager, off his leg, tough break. O'Malley will get it back in.
Well, it's hit hard down to Kyle. We'll take a look at it. Just lifts his glove up a little bit early.
25 now on Kyle Seager. His 13th error. Brings up Ben Zobrist. Riley had a wonderful start. Struck out the side in the first inning. Just the second time in his career he's done that. Oh, got him! Oh, baby! That's a big out.
What a great move. Joe Madden has asked the umpires to wait a second. He wants to take a look at it. But it was a quick tag by Adam Lee. Great move by Miley and a quick tag.
Yeah, he got him. First base umpire Dan Iasone, the crew chief.
That's close.
Yeah.
They're going to call him out. They're not going to challenge it. Good move.
Outstanding. So 2 outs now. Nobody on. Here in the Cubs' 4th. Miley's got a great rhythm going here today. Working at his pace, too. Fastball at 91, one of his better ones.
Yeah, he typically is going to be around 90 miles an hour. We've seen him 91, 92 this afternoon.
Struck out in the first. Has the advantage right now. He's got a 3-0 count. Infield straight up for him. Here's a strike. Outfield shaded a couple steps towards left. The on-deck hitter is Javier Baez. Pitch swung on. And handled by Seager. Takes his time, throws him out. Good inning. Wade Miley helping his cause, picking off Bryant at first as he faces the minimum in the 4th in this scoreless ball game. As per usual here at Chicago Wrigley Field, and a good pitching matchup. Look at this. Aaron is with a couple of hits in the 4th, both coming on 2 strikes. Mike Zunino pops one up into the triangle area. Going out there to get her. Coming in to get it is Hayward. There's one down here. Is Jen Mueller at the Ford Sports Desk. Good pitching matchup for sure, Jen. Thank you very much. Here's Sean O'Malley 0-1 count to him with Bryant, the third baseman, cheating in a couple of steps. The slap one, Pham knocked that down. We're always talking about when we're in ballparks, whether we're at home, Mike, or on the road, foul balls going there, say Bartman territory. Well, this really is Bartman territory down the left field line.
It absolutely is.
And the real deal happened a few years ago. Good looking pitch, breaking ball. It's O'Malley looking. Third K for Arrieta. There's 2 down.
57 pitches, 41 strikes for Arrieta.
Bring up Wade Miley. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners.
We're talking about down the lines. The other thing, we saw it come into play yesterday with Franklin Gutierrez at the mounds. The mounds just outside fair territory. Franklin Gutierrez stumbled over one of the mounds in yesterday's game.
I'll tell you what, because they get on you so much quicker, they're more harrowing than what we see at Oakland 3 times.
And you can see how close they are to the field of play. So the outfielders, the corner outfielders, get into a lot of trouble.
You're a visiting player. One of the first things you got to do if you're a corner outfielder, get out there and walk it off and see what it feels like.
Well, and if you look at it yesterday, and this is what's difficult, is you can pace it off and have an idea as you're running for the ball, but more times than not in that area, you're going to be looking up in the air, and now you're just trying to get a feel for it, but all of a sudden you hit that ramp going up as you're concentrating on the ball, and Franklin was able to make the catch.
Remarkable.
Yeah, you're still going to end up on the ground.
Miley, 5 foul balls in his 2 at-bats. He's running up the count as much as anybody.
Well, for Arrieta, he's thrown 61 pitches, and Miley has now seen 10 of them. There you go. 6 pitches in his first at bat. This will be the 6th pitch of this at bat.
If you're a National League pitcher facing an American League pitcher, you got to think, hey, me, I got a couple quick ones here. Not the case today.
No, Miley spent some time in Arizona, so he's used to swinging the bat a little bit.
Lance Barrett hearing it from the Cub fans.
How do you really feel about it?
2-2. Put it in play. The second time it's thrown out by the shortstop in a 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners in the 5th. What a battle we have going on here. Time for the Big Fish Casino Big Catch, and let's bring back some memories here, Mike. A nice pickoff by Miley brings back memories of Joe Beimel, Ryan Fearbin, and Andy Pettit.
That's about as good as it gets right there with that pickoff move. And the thing you have to like about it, one, he fooled him, was it getting him to lean towards second, but more importantly, an accurate throw, an easy throw for Adam Lind, who put down a quick tag to erase the base runner.
Javier Baez, second baseman, strike one. Baez, Russell, Hayward, 4, 5, and 6. Last time this trio came up, they were set down in order in the second. Miley retired the first 10 men that he faced. He's ahead here, 0-2, an error by Kyle Seager, a hard hit ground ball by Chris Bryant, but then the pickoff we just showed you eliminated Bryant.
And you can see he's throwing a lot of strikes, 48 pitches, 36 strikes. That last pitch is curveball. We've seen his changeup today and his slider.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Wade Miley.
0-2. This is an excellent pitch. He wants to throw this up out of the strike zone. Baez, an aggressive hitter, and a late swing from him. That is by design.
Miley on a great roll here today. Foul ball off the bat of Addison Russell, fouled out to Adam Lind first time. Miley coming off an 11-11 year last year with Boston. 4.46 ERA.
A good breaking ball. You can see what's happening too. The Cubs are starting to get more aggressive with him, and that's the reason why he can pitch off the edges of the plate a little bit more. Goes upstairs again by design. Even if he doesn't swing at it, you can at least change his eye level. One of his better fastballs at 92 miles an hour.
Pretty impressive. 2-2. Infield straight up and hard past third base coach Gary Johns. Two pitch. Fly ball left field. Maury for the catch, and there's 2 down. Don't forget to stick around after the game for Mariners post game. It's presented by Delta Airlines. Jed and Bill will have post game commentary and analysis. Brad Adam will have interviews from the clubhouse. We look forward to that. Wade Miley, what a ball game he is throwing here today. 2 outs in the 5th. Jason Hayward, 1 base runner via an error so far for the Cubs. That's it.
Mariners have the shift on with Hayward hitting, so you have O'Malley on the right side of the infield.
Stepping out, trying to break the rhythm of Miley. 2 out, the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. He is here to throw strikes today. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 7 strikeouts for Miley. 3rd time in his career. Getting through 5. Allowing no hits. He has been brilliant here so far today in this scoreless ball game. Seattle Mariners baseball here on Root Sports. Being brought to you by Money Tree. Proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. A lot of commerce happening here at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Pitching matchup in a beauty. Pitching duel in a beauty. Jake Arrieta, Wade Miley. Here's Nori Aoki, third time through. He is 0 for 2.
Both starters working quickly, throwing a lot of strikes, a lot of quality strikes.
And as a hitter at this point, you're going, hey, no sense messing around.
I think you have to get for Arrieta. You're going to have to prove that you can hit his fastball and hit it with some authority because he's been very aggressive with that pitch.
Welcome in to Nori, 1 and 2. Nori, Leonis Martin, Robinson Cano, 1, 2, and 3. And the Mariner batting on. Mariners 3 and 3 on this road trip. 2 and 1 to Toronto, 1 and 1 in Pittsburgh, and 0 and 1 here in Chicago. Fly ball left field, backing up Zobrist, plenty of room.
You can see his fastball percentage, 81%. So he's being very aggressive. And why not? He has a good fastball today. A lot of movement on it. It's two-seamer.
Martin struck out, reached on a wild pitch in the first inning. Base hit, the first base hit of the ball game, leading off the 4th inning. Skies this one, long run coming in for Hayward. Wow! Oh, brother! What a catch by Baez.
We've been talking about the wind blowing straight in and Baez at the last minute because Hayward wasn't going to be able to get there, but the wind blowing it right back to him.
Some catch.
Cano 0 for 2. Hit the ball hard as last time up, but it was right at Baez for a double play.
If we look at the American flag on the scoreboard center field, it is starched and blowing straight in. If we can keep it going, Nelson Cruz is on deck. Fowler a couple steps towards the left for Cano. Two and 1. A lot of leather lung Cubs fans here at Wrigley Field. 2 and 1. 3 and 1.
Nelson Cruz waiting on deck. One of the 2 hits the Mariners have this afternoon.
You know, taking a little extra time to get in the box as Lance Barrett got hit by that last pitch. Home plate umpire. The middle. Nice play, Addison. Throws him out. Mariners are going 1 for 3 in the 6th. Neither pitcher is yielding. Scoreless ball game in the 6th in Chicago. Heard a lot of Go Mariners here in Chicago. Great to see these folks. Mariner fans run into a lot of folks from Tri-Cities earlier this morning coming to the ballpark. Wilson Contreras leads off. Contreras, Montero, and Arrieta, bottom third of the order. Here's a strike. Contreras grounded out to Cano his first time. Popped up. Long run for Cruz. As it measured, he's there to make the catch. That was a long run, wasn't it? Mariners care.
Happened about it.
Yeah. Mariners care. And Packard hosting a book drive at Safeco Field on Tuesday, August 23rd. It's going to benefit Page Ahead Children's Literacy Program. Fans are encouraged to bring new books or to make a cash donation at the gates to help children in need succeed in school by developing strong reading skills. Put the shift on for Miguel Montero, the catcher, grounded out. Adam Lind is guarding the line. And ball one to Miguel. One to count. Swing and a miss. Montero, 9 years in Arizona. 264 hitter. This is second year with the Cubs. Two. Owen short right field. And Miley snares that. 2 away. Look at Miley, 7 strikeouts, not giving up a hit, no walks. Really been sharp. It looks like an entire arsenal.
He has been. I think that, again, you're going to have to go right back to the basics of it. His fastball command today has been excellent, whether he's wanted to pitch on either side of the plate or elevate his fastball at times. Starting to see his changeup and his curveball a little bit more. Hasn't used his slider as much as I thought he was going to, but he really hasn't needed it. He's thrown 68 pitches, 50 strikes. And you can see his fastball, 62% on his fastball today, so he's throwing his fastball quite a bit, but they're quality fastballs. That's above his average on the year. His average on the year is 52%, but he has such great command of it. He's staying with it.
He's ahead of Arrieta. Ball one. 7 strikeouts. Played the first 5.5 innings in an hour 10 faster than the rain delay, which was 114 yesterday. Swing and a miss, and Miley, the deepest he's pitched into a game without allowing a hit. He went 6 no-hit innings for Boston at the Angels last July. He is rolling today. And we got an exciting game here. No doubt about it, Jen. Thank you very much. Good pitching matchup. Look at Wade Miley and Jake Arrieta. They have been outstanding here today. Nelson Cruz to lead it off, followed by Kyle Seager and Adam Lind, 4, 5, and 6 in a matter of order. Ellie with a base hit to left. Last time up.
Just 2 hits in the ball game. Nelson with one of them. Hit the ball hard in the left field.
Wind continues to blow straight in here at Wrigley Field. Ball 2, 2-1.
First 3 pitches, Arrieta trying to keep the ball away from Nelson. 77 pitches, 53 strikes. Both pitchers throwing a lot of strikes.
It's Dinelli. Ground ball. Shortstop Russell's got it. And throws him out. A couple of guys just not bending here at all. We want to ask you to join the conversation for up-to-date game info and live interaction. Sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and check us out and stay connected with Root Sports. 13 ground balls for Jake Arrieta. That must be a heck of a
amazing,
right?
It's got to be amazing.
It's unique. Earlier in the in-stadium entertainment, folks played a home run hit by Glenn Allen Hill, left field onto the rooftop. And I know you saw Glenn Allen Hill. Did you play against him at any point?
I played against him, yeah.
That was a strong dude.
He could hit the ball a long way.
Cubs, Toronto, Yankees, among other teams, Giants. But that is a poke left field and hit it up on the rooftops.com right there. That's where he hit it. You
hit it up in those grandstands is where he hit it.
It is crazy. Cal's got to work here. 0-2. Ballpark right in the middle of a neighborhood, just like Fenway Park in Boston. Opened in 1912, Wrigley in 1914. 2-2.
Kyle was able to reach on a walk his last time up, the only walk in the ball game. You can see it, 13 ground ball outs. He is throwing a heavy fastball today. A lot of movement on his fastball.
2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called.
There's the movement again. Started in off the plate, and he runs it right back to the inner half.
4th strikeout for Arrieta, and the 2nd looking.
And that crossfire helps him too. Creates that angle for him.
He was born in a crossfire hurricane.
Right.
That was the Rolling Stones, as you remember. Adam Lind, 0-1. And a couple strikes.
I think Adam just was taking a chance right there with a couple of outs. See if he can get a fastball that he can handle, try to hit it out of the ballpark.
Did not go as they check with Eric Cooper. 1-2. Been a while since we saw both pitchers this sharp, this deep in the ballgame.
Yep, I agree.
Hey, all the pitches working at great pace. And as always, if you're a defender, you're right. I mean, you're keyed up. Everything's up a little bit more, right?
Well,
a little more amped up.
And it makes it easy because they're throwing a lot of strikes and keeping you involved. When you talk about all the ground ball outs that Arrieta's had, his infield has been busy.
Adams worked at full count.
And with the pace that Wade is throwing at and the amount of strikes, quality strikes. Mariners side, it's easy to play defense behind him.
Zunino on deck. They only take one swing in this ball game. Here's a 3-2 to Adam Lind. And it's popped up short left field. Wind affecting it. Russell stays with it. He was on the grass. It comes back on the dirt. Man, what a game here in Chicago. Two outstanding pitching performances. Your winning numbers are. Download the Washington's Lottery mobile app and everything will be a click away. Great ball game here. Mariner fans on hand. We love seeing them wearing the colors. Fabulous pitching matchup. Our Columbia Bank difference of the game. How about Wade Miley trying to end a 6-game losing streak for him? He's been fabulous.
He really has. His fastball command has been excellent. He's been able to mix in his changeup, a few curveballs and a slider from now and then, but for the most part it's just been his fastball.
Top of the order, Dexter Fowler, Chris Bryant, Ben Zobrist. Miley struck out 8. No-hit ball as we play here into the 7th. Been outstanding.
One of the few times we've seen him behind in the count.
Fowler strike out and a fly to center. One base runner for the Cubs. Error on Seager in the 4th, and then Miley picked him up by picking off Bryant at first base. Only a second. That was only a second 2-0 count. Now it's 3-1. There's Bryant on deck. There is the second base runner for the Cubs.
And only the second walk in the ball game. First for Miley.
Up Chris Bryant 0 for 2. Martin shading towards left center. Going to bring Cruz over a few steps to his right. There's a pitch fouled off. Ties the longest outing without giving up a hit. Last year in Boston. Taking a look, Wind just at the top of the Mariner dugout. 0-2 to Chris Bryant. There we go, the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Pat Hughes, Ron Coomer just made the ballpark and take me out to the ball game. A long time tradition here. Harry Carey used to get everybody fired up. Since Harry's passing, they've had a lot of guest stars come through. One and 2. Dexter Fowler. Pretty good speed. He's at first base.
And the outfielders are playing deep. Martin shading towards left center. playing the pull on the infield.
Two and two.
Well, we talked about it with Chris Bryant. He likes the ball down in the zone, and Miley's done a pretty good job pitching him up.
2-2 pitch. Base hit, first hit for the Cubs coming here in the 7th inning. So a walk and a base hit, and the Cubs are in business in this scoreless ball game. Ben Zobrist coming to bat.
That looked like a changeup or maybe a cutter, trying to get it to the outside corner. Does a changeup. He was out in front of it, but was able to keep his hands back long enough to get the barrel to it. There's the circle change. You can see the grip on it. Seager even with the bag at third. Same for Lynn at first.
Ben Zobrist to strike out and a ground out to third. Cubs threaten. Bunt laid down. It's a good one. Zunino takes charge. Goes to Cano for the out. Runners move up. Sacrifice 2-4. Not surprised that this game has come down to elementary stuff like that. Get the bunt down once you get a couple of men aboard.
Not trying to get too fancy with it, just wants to get it in play. Fowler at second base runs well. If you can just get it on the ground, there won't be a play for Zunino, and there's not. So he gets the sure out at first. Mariners will bring their infield in.
Zobrist with his second sacrifice as a Cub. Brings up Javier Baez, ground out the third and a strikeout, 0 for 2.
Miley was able to strike him out on a high fastball.
Ball one. An infield pitch, swing and a miss. Whoa, he was going for distance.
That's the way he swings all the time. He really gets after it. That was a pretty good changeup by Miley. He does not have to give in to him. You have first base open. Russell waiting on deck.
That was a big pass by Baez. 1-1 pitch. Strike two. Miley has struck out 8, walked 1, giving up 1 hit.
Another good fastball right on the inside corner. He just has not thrown many pitches in the middle of the plate.
There we go, 1-2. Chopper foul. Service has seen his pitcher get into the 7th inning. Right now it's first taste of difficulty. Economical performance. One-two pitch. O'Malley, play at the plate. Got it. Nice play, Sean O'Malley and Mike Zunino.
Dexter Fowler thought he was able to get the back corner of the plate before Zunino was able to put the tag on him. Madden is waiting to see if he wants to challenge this play, but we'll take a look at it. Right to O'Malley. Good pitch by Miley again. That's close.
That is close. I think he got it.
That was a lot closer than I expected.
Lance Barrett.
They're going to look at it.
He's the home plate umpire. So Barrett and crew chief Dan Iasonia take a look.
I thought maybe Zunino was able to get his arm, but it looks like he tags him on his back shoulder, and the long arms of Dexter Fowler is going to be close.
Yeah, that view right there might do it.
Problem with that view is you can't see the plate. Here's a better view. We'll see right here. See if he's touched the plate. He tags him right there, and by then his hand is past the plate.
Question is, did his hand go over the plate, or did he
well, you can see the dirt past the plate. It looked as if he was able to swipe part of the plate to me.
Well, but it also could have, the hand could have been past the plate when he was swiping the dirt.
We'll take another look at it. The good news for the Mariners is originally he was called out. He's right over the top of the plate. It's just a matter of then when Zunino was able to touch him.
Right. It's a huge play.
here we go. So now we know he touched the plate. Let's see when his hand hits the ground and when the tag is put on him.
Ooh, look, he got it. Looks like he got the plate. Doggone it.
What a great pitch by Miley to get him to hit the ball on the ground right to O'Malley at short. There we go.
Safe. Yep. RBI for Baez. That'll be his 39th.
First and third now, so if we take a look at Dexter Fowler, he thought he was able to get in there. He called for it right away. Now the infielders, middle infielders will move back for the double play.
So run in. Runners at the corners. One out. Brewers choice RBI by Baez. Brings up Addison Russell. Strike one. Russell fouled out to Lind, flied out to left. Noriya Oakland.
That is a tough change of events for Miley. He has to come up with a good pitch right here and hold it at one.
A big crowd here at Wrigley Field, 41,404. 401, beg your pardon, 401. 0-1 pitch. Fine.
Safety squeeze.
Yes, it was.
In a regular squeeze play, the runner at third will take off. But Bryant didn't do that. He was waiting to see if he was able to get the bunt down. It was a safety squeeze.
I'm not surprised we've seen Joe Madden play this kind of ball before. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. 9 strikeouts for Miley. 2 outs here in the 7th.
He has really been able to take advantage of that high part of the strike zone with his fastball. He's had a good fastball today. This one at 92 miles an hour. He just throws it by him right at the top. It was a strike.
Brings up Hayward. Struck out looking, struck out swinging. Strike one. He is well off the pace many expected for him. Talking about Hayward at 229 starting today.
91 pitches, 65 strikes for Miley.
Miley has really handled Hayward well over the years. 1 for 10.
This is interesting, the way the Mariners have their defense set up. Kyle well off the line. Have to be aware of the double steal.
And there comes the runner home. Throw to the plate. Save! Oh, brother.
Well, you can see it. Bryant, you can see him get his lead even bigger because of the way the defense was set up, and he took a chance at it. Zunino thought he was able to put the tag on him. Bryant, a good athlete. We'll take another look at it. You can see how far off Kyle is, and Bryant takes advantage of it. Oh, here comes Scott Service. He wants him to take a look. It's just a matter of whether that foot was down on the ground, touching the plate. I think that's the only hope that they have. It looked as if he was able to beat the tag, but if his foot was in the air. It looks like it's down.
Yep. Have a look. Let's see. Look for the foot. There's the foot.
well timed by Chris Bryant, because you can't do it any better. Miley, and then Adam Lind getting rid of it quickly, made a strong, accurate throw to home.
Conferring with umpiring crew in New York City.
Again, this time the Mariners on the other side of it, called safe originally, as opposed to Fowler when he was called out. Take another look right here. Mike in good shape. Goes to put the tag on him. It almost looks as if his front foot was on the inside part and missed the plate. Much closer than I thought. On that angle right there, looked as if his foot slid to the inside, over to the outside of the plate towards the mound, and he didn't touch it until his back leg touched it. Take another look and see if his foot goes to the inside towards Zunino, and then it's his back leg that looks like it touches it.
Ooh.
I'm not sure his front foot touched the plate. There's another look. Better angle right here. He hits right there.
That's close. Man.
But his foot bounces in the air when his heel hits the ground, too.
Exactly.
So right there, it's in the air.
There it goes. He can get banged here. He's out. Yeah.
Well done.
Keep it a 1-0 ball game. Now the Mariners got to get some hits and some runs here. 1-0 Cubs. Wow. Two visits to replay here in the 7th inning. And here is Bryant. Make that Fowler the first one, and this one upheld for the Cubs. Mariners benefited for the second visit is Mike Zunino. Both of these calls at the plate overturned. Zunino 0 for 2, strikeout, fly to right. 0-2 home. Mariners got to get busy here. Only 6 outs to play with. Down 1-0.
Edwin Diaz getting loose. Miley due up third here in this inning. So Diaz getting loose in the pen. Probably going to see a pinch hitter. And unfortunately now the Cubs have a lead. We talked about it at the start of this series. With their bullpen, you have Rondon and Chapman at the end of your bullpen, so it's not going to get any easier from Arrieta. There's Rondon. Good fastball. He'll be 95 to 98 miles an hour. Arrieta now at 93 pitches, 62 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And I think one of the hopes for the Mariners is both pitchers have been working quickly, throwing a lot of strikes. And for Arrieta, had to sit in the dugout for 20 minutes. So hopefully that breaks up his rhythm a little bit. You see O'Malley waiting on deck.
Wind continues to blow straight in here at Wrigley Field. Way foul.
You can see Seth Smith has his helmet on and a bat in his hand in the dugout.
Tremendous pitching matchup. Zeros for 6.5 innings. Fielder's choice RBI. Baez picking up the RBI. And Zunino's aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 8th.
So able to get their razor's edge.
Exactly right. Second walk issued by Arrieta. Make sure you join the Mariners and American Girl for a great evening at the ballpark. It's on August 8th. The Tigers will be in town. Get a ticket and a one-of-a-kind American Girl doll-sized Mariners t-shirt starting at $17 when you purchase through this ticket special, available only at mariners.com/American Girl.
Well, O'Malley's going to have to get a bunt down. Chris Bryant right on top of him at third. Needs to take it to him at first if he can.
0-1.
Montero dropping that pitch probably cost him a strike. Looked like a pretty good pitch at 95 miles an hour. Chris Bryant, the third baseman, is well in on the grass. Contreras, who we saw as a catcher yesterday at first base, having to hold the runner on.
He's played some first for the Cubs earlier this season down in Miami. Arrieta struck out 4, walked 2. Chance here for the Mariners, tying runs aboard. And 2-0.
It's not a bad idea. Bryant being so aggressive at third. Show bunt, pull the bat back. Chris Bosio, the pitching coach, making a trip out to the mound. For Arrieta now, 98 pitches. His season high is 119.
Bullpen getting ready.
That's Chapman with the rosin bag.
Just picked up from the Yankees.
Rondon, the right-hander.
Coming up tomorrow, ESPN will have tomorrow night's game. Felix Hernandez, Kyle Hendricks. Felix looking for win number 6. Hendricks had a very nice year, 12-4 to 2.76. Felix third start since coming back off the DL.
I think we're going to get a pinch runner. It was an interesting when Bosio was out at the mound talking to Arrieta. O'Malley was called all the way back to the dugout. Had a long conversation with Scott Service. And we're going to get a pinch runner. Heredia is going to pinch run. Made his major league debut yesterday, so he will pinch run for Zunino. And now O'Malley in a 2-0 count. Bryant still close at third, so we'll see what this conversation between O'Malley and Scott Service was about.
Guillermo Heredia debuted in last night's game in the 8th inning. Struck out. 0-2 pitch. Pretty good wheels. 2-0. Third baseman Bryant breathing down the neck of O'Malley. Already a pretty good lead. The count goes to 3 balls, no strikes.
Well, this is the first time we've seen Arrieta struggling, and again, he was in the dugout for 20 minutes. Maybe breaking up his rhythm. He's also approaching 100 pitches at 99, so possibly getting tired. O'Malley will take this pitch all the way.
Ball 4. Wow. Back-to-back walks.
And they're going to call Seth Smith back. Let's see who's going to come up. It'll be Sardinus is going to go up and get the bunt down.
So
What an outing for Miley.
Oh, it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
And Madden out of the dugout. 100 pitches for Arrieta.
Well, Arrieta, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. No runs, 2 hits. Takes his lead to a big ovation. Crowd of 41,404. Rondon's going to take over. And we take a look at our 76 driving spirit. That's what Jake Arrieta did here today.
7 innings, just 2 hits. He's responsible for the 2 runners, but has not given up a run yet. 3 walks have helped the Mariners.
Rondon will get his warm-up tosses. We'll be right back. Chance here for the Mariners. Couple of men on base here. First and second. Nobody out in the 8th. Trailing the Cubs 1-0. And Luis Sardinas is at the plate. He's got to get the bunt down.
For Rondon on the year. He was their closer, now the setup guy. A 1.86 ERA. 49 strikeouts and 38 2/3. Opponents hitting 170. He can rush it up there. Good fastball, 95 plus with a slider and a split.
Sardinas with 2 sacrifices this season. He's got 6 for his career. 3 in Texas back in the 2014 season. 1 with Milwaukee last year and 2 here with the Mariners. Gets the bunt down. It will get foul.
In this situation, first and second, you want to bunt the ball towards the third baseman and bunt it firmly. Make him come field the ball. That way the runners can move up easily, and that's what Sardinas tried. Unfortunately, it went foul. Travis Wood, left-hander, getting loose with Chapman in the pen for the Cubs.
Playoff type game. 1-0, 2 on here for the Mariners, trying to get back for a tie and the lead. 0-1. Bunt gets down. Play to first. Nice job, Sardinas. His 3rd sacrifice of the season. The runners move up now. It's 2nd and 3rd. Well done.
Going to bump this out towards the mound. Deadens it enough. I'm not sure that Rondon, after watching him throw the ball to first, really was going to make any effort at all to try to get the lead runner. He went to first base right away. You can see that lob.
That wasn't a very confident lob either. Top of the order. And Nori Aoki. Outfield tilted towards left field for Nori. In at the corners, Bryant and Contreras. And strike 1 to Aoki, who's 0 for 3 today.
And that was an easy 96 right on the outside corner.
Norrie taking a look down at third base coach Manny Acta.
Mariners hitting .256 as a team with runners in scoring position, 0 for 3 this afternoon.
0-1 to Norrie. Big spot. Both clubs here. Rondon, 6'3", 230, out of Venezuela, 28 years old. Norrie fouls one back. 1-2. Wade Miley outstanding today. Took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. Norrie battling here, 1-2. Time's called.
I'll talk about it. For Norrie right now, he's just trying to put the ball in play.
Zobers, Fowler, and Hayward can all cover, but they do not have the arms like that Houston group has, where you have 3 center fielders and all of them have cannons out
or
there.
Pittsburgh.
Or Pittsburgh, right. Those two groups run at your own peril. Take a chance here with these 3. 1-2 to Norrie. Runners at second and third. Pitch from Rondon. Oh man, that full. Did you see Montero's reaction?
Yeah, he was crossed up. And it was fortunate because the ball had gotten away from the bullpen in the Mariners side and it was out towards second base. Yeah, that was a breaking ball. He wasn't expecting that.
What a deep flinch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to tie to get the lead. Pitch. Put it in play. Play to the plate. Throw is in time. Heredia dives head first. And he's hurt. That's never a good thing, sliding head first, especially when there's going to be contact.
I'm wondering when he tried to reach back to get the corner of the plate if he hit his head on the ground.
It's 2 outs.
Another close play at the plate,
right?
Though. Both clubs going on the contact play. Take a look at it. Right to Bryant, the third baseman. Pretty good break by Heredia. He takes off. Tries to dive into the outside part of the plate. Oh, he may have gotten in there. That was a late tag by Montero. 2-hopper right to Bryant. Kind of a lazy throw.
They're going to take a look at it.
Just a matter of whether he was able to get on the plate. It looked as if he had the edge of the plate. Another look.
Reaching. Ooh, that's close.
That
and did he
close.
make contact? He can't really. We'll have to go to super slow. Let's see.
Another look at it. Hand down.
Ooh, the fingers were up.
Fingers are in the air. He touches the plate. It's just a matter of whether there was contact with the glove. Wow. It looked as if he was able to tag him. See if he touches him in the back.
Can't really tell right there.
That was close.
Yes, sir.
Boy, what a game.
Man, oh
See his fingers in the air, and he gets him down on the plate, though.
Plate umpires Lance Barrett. Contact there. You can't really tell.
Right there, I think. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's the hand.
Again, on a play so close, the advantage goes to the Cubs because he was initially called out.
Man, oh man. Taking a long look back in New York. But the boys in New York thought they had an easy one. The way Arrieta and Miley were going, throwing zeros up there, but no. It's all about the pitching.
There we go.
What do we have? Out. Ah. He's out 5-2.
And that's going to bring out Joe Madden with Martin and Cano do up a couple of left-handers. He's got 2 lefties going. Chapman, one of them. Travis Wood, the other one. He wants to go to Chapman.
Wouldn't you? So Aroldis Chapman just brought over from the Yankees, and he has just been fabulous with the Yankees and already off to a good start with the Cubs. And you can hear the anticipation in the Cub fans as Chapman's going to make his entrance. In the 8th, 2 outs, runners at the corners, and the Mariners are going to face Aroldis Chapman. Missed him in New York. He was still suspended in mid-April when we were in New York City. But here he is as a Cub, just in town this week.
Picked up the save for the Cubs Thursday night. Had to get a 4-out save, and that's what Joe Maddon's going to ask him to do again. 21 saves and 22 opportunities, a 1.87 ERA. Yes, his fastball will be 100.
Yes, sir. Last time we saw him was in Cincinnati a few years ago. Martin, fellow Cuban, swing and a miss at 100. He's thrown more pitches at 100 plus since he's been here than the Cubs have had in about a decade. That glove, 101. You don't need any audio augmentation when he hits that glove for the fastball. 101. Runner goes. Swung on to the gap! To the gap! To the gap! Yes, sir! 1 run scores to tie it. Here comes the lead run, and the Mariners have a 2-1 lead. Leonis Martin beats his countrymen. Aroldis Chapman and the Mariners have a 2-1 lead here in Chicago. Martin with RBIs 31 and 32 on his 10th double.
And that is 100 miles an hour. It's in the middle of the plate down, and Martin able to get the barrel to it. Drives it into the gap. With Aoki on the move, he's able to score easily, so the Mariners take the lead. What a ball game.
Oh, baby. Martin. First time Chapman this year has allowed an RBI to a lefty. Tip of the cap to Martin. Here's Robinson Cano.
Edwin Diaz ready to go in the Mariners pen.
Robbie today 0 for 3. Runner breaks. Wild throw, and it safely is Martin.
They almost threw that in the dugout or in the stands. Good thing Brian is what, 6'5"?
Yep. Real good, because that's another run.
That was right on the top of his glove. Martin taking off early. I think he does the right thing. Just continue to run.
Robbie trying to pick up another run here. 2 outs, runner at third. 0-1 pitch from Chapman. Gets through, and Rich going to score! 3-1 Mariners on a wild pitch by Chapman. What a turn of events here in Chicago. Can hear some Mariner faithful here in Wrigley Field. They are digging it here in the Windy City.
On the other side, the Cub fans are stunned right now. It's a fastball. That might be a pass ball. 101 miles an hour. We'll see if it hits the dirt or not. Well, he'll probably make that play.
He's got to make that play.
Yeah.
Mariners will take it. Swing and a miss. Martin getting it done. A 1-1 pitch. Gaps one left center field. Scores two. How great was that?
After taking off from second base early, and Chapman with an errant throw, he's out. He's allowed to get into third and scores on a pass ball.
Swing and a miss. Cano's gone. Tag applied. A great inning for the Mariners. They stunned the Cub fans here in Chicago. Mariners strike for 3 and have a 3-1 lead. And they're going to bring on the electric one, Edwin Diaz, in the bottom of the 8th. For the Mariners, Leonis Martin. Boy, did he come up big here, Mike, on a 1-1 pitch and a 100-mile-an-hour pitch from Chapman.
Yeah, out over the plate and hit it hard into the gap. And Aoki was on the move. I think they were going to try a double steal. Worked out great for the Mariners with him on the move, scores easily. And then Martin takes off early from second, an errant throw by Chapman, so he's able to get into third, a pass ball, and he scores. And right now, as you look at it, 2 of those runs belong to Arrieta, so 2 earned runs for Arrieta. Wade Miley has outpitched Arrieta this afternoon.
There's Edwin Diaz.
You know he's going to be pumped.
Oh, man, are you kidding?
First pitch, 98 miles an hour. Look at his numbers overall, 22 appearances, a 1.99 ERA. There's 100.
1-1 to Hayward. Hayward, Contreras, and Montero, 6, 7, and 8 for the Cubs here in the home 8th inning. Solid smash, left center field, base hit, Jason Hayward.
Miles an hour, able to square it up, similar to Martin.
Brings up Contreras, first baseman, 0 for 2. Ground out to Cano and a fly ball to right field. First hit for Hayward today. He's 1 for 3 after striking out twice. Swing and a miss.
Excellent slider right on the outside corner. Contreras cheating for the fastball. Iannetta will take over the catching duties.
They do have Anthony Rizzo available, if Joe Madden giving him the day off. What a ball game we have seen here today. Zeros for 6.5 innings. Cubs push a run across in the 7th. Look out. Oh, man, off the glove of Iannetta. Luckily getting out of the way is Contreras. That pitch running way inside.
Yep. Iannetta was on the outside corner, and you can see the location on the inside corner. Almost hit him at 100 miles an hour. Tough to get your glove to it. Looks like it goes right off the end of the glove. Yep.
Seager right there, throw to second. Glad he saw Robbie.
Glad Robbie saw Kyle because he threw it anyway.
1 out, 1 on.
With that line out, the Cubs are now 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Cano going to go to the mound, have a conversation with Edwin Diaz. What a game. Terrific pitching on both sides, both starters. Rizzo coming out on deck. Both teams able to get their sacrifice bunts down today. A number of close plays at home plate.
Oh my goodness. We've had as many in this game as we've had, what, 3-4 weeks. Pitch from Diaz. Outside to Miguel Montero. Ground out the first, and will come back into Miley 0 for 2. Ball 2.
Edwin, 9 pitches, 5 strikes. Hasn't quite had the command that we're used to seeing from him. Iannetta trying to calm him down a little bit. Let's not forget he was in Double-A earlier this year. He hasn't been in a situation like this.
Swing and a miss. 2-1. 3-1 Mariners. 3 runs in the top half of this inning. Jonas Martin, 9th extra base hit given up by Chapman to a lefty. One. Anthony Rizzo is on deck. He'll be pinch hitting for Chapman. Aboard.
And as you might expect, Mel Stottlemyre coming out of the dugout. Yeah, the packed house. It's been a great ball game. I'm sure that Edwin Diaz, just 22 years old, a little amped up right now. They need to get him back in the strike zone. Iannetta's been out to the mound trying to calm him down. That'll be Stottlemyre and Cano in on the conversation. Rizzo going to hit. What a year he has had.
Yes, indeed. 1 for 5 with 3 runs batted in yesterday. And the new pinch runner is going to be Matt Caesar. Second in the league in RBIs. He got 79 behind Jay Bruce. Among the total base leaders as well. First pitch from Diaz. Ball one. 1-0 pitch. Way outside.
He's just flying open right now, maybe overthrowing a little bit. Those first two pitches, Iannetta was set up on the inside, and those pitches are missing off the plate away. 14 pitches, just 6 strikes. There you can see National League leader, second in RBIs.
Great year. Living up to the billing. And he came up through the draft. Swing and a miss.
He tried to drive them all in with that swing.
That he did. Third and doubles. Tied for 6th in total base, just outstanding this year. And runners in scoring position, he's 6th at 355.
There's the inside corner.
Pitch and Mariners needed there. 2-2.
16 pitches, 8 strikes. Steve Cishek starting to get loose in the pen.
Huge pitch, 2-2, foul back.
We were mentioning yesterday with Rizzo how he's really short to the baseball. For a big man with a lot of power, and with 2 strikes, he will choke up.
Yesterday he was about 2-3 fingers up in the bat.
There's Steve getting loose. Just starting to throw.
Huge spot in this ball game. 2-2 pitch to Rizzo. Strike 3 call. Got him.
Got him on a slider on the outside corner at 88 miles an hour.
2 outs here in the 8th. That was big.
Nice job by Iannetta to frame the pitch. Rizzo didn't like it. He thought it was off the corner. There it is again.
Top of the order, Dexter Fowler.
Fowler 0 for 2. He's had a walk, scored the 1 run for the Cubs.
To a long review. Pitch. Foul back, strike 1. Fowler scoring a run, challenge. Worked out for the Cubs, swing and a miss. 1-2. Originally called out, then they challenged it and went for the Cubs, and then Bryant will play at the plate. Long review, and it worked out for the Mariners. Diaz trying to get out of big trouble here. Pitch. Swing and a miss. The electric wind comes through. A shaky start and 2 big strikeouts, maybe the 2 biggest strikeouts he's had in his young career. Nice slider there to get Fowler, and the Mariners lead it 3-1 going to the 9th. All right, Jen, thank you very much. Travis Wood takes over. First pitch strike to Nelson Cruz. Cruz, Seager, Lind. 4, 5, and 6 here in the 9th inning. Time call. Anthony Rizzo takes over at first base, and moving from first base to behind the plate is Wilson Contreras. Travis Wood is the new pitcher. 1-1 to Nelly. Inside.
50 appearances on the year, 3-0 record. He's pitched well, 2.85 ERA, 33 strikeouts, 17 walks in 41 innings. Opponents hitting just 182, but he's given up 6 home runs.
Two. Travis Wood, 29 years old, out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Drafted by the Reds, second round in 05. Been with the Cubs since 2012, made the All-Star team in 2013. Smoked. Left field, base hit. Nelson Cruz, his second hit today. Head sound.
It certainly did. Solid line drive base hit into left field. Franklin Gutierrez is going to come on as a pinch runner. Nelson doesn't like it. He doesn't want to leave this game. I don't blame him. Having a good time. It'll be Gutierrez at first.
Well, he had a good day. 2 hits, 2 for 4. Slow roller. Then I get Goody to second. Seager, he's retired.
You have Lee and Smith left on the bench for Scott Service. To bring up Adam Lind. Mariners are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. And 1 hit, the one by Martin that drove in a couple of runs. Huge base hit by Martin.
Just sucked the air out of the Cub fans here at Wrigley Field. Chapman coming into the loud music. Certainly he has been a great reliever. That was a heck of a moment by Martin to beat him with a 2-run double. Steve Sushut getting ready for lockdown duty for the Mariners. Adam Lind 0 for 4 against Travis Wood. That's hit hard, backhanded nicely by Baez. Good strong throw. There's 2 away with a runner at third. Question: are you the ultimate Northwest fan in the state of Montana? Well, if so, you have 1 day left to submit a photo and story on our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan, and you could win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle. That'll be in September. Personalized jersey and more. For official rules, go to rootsports.com. Don't forget the big homestand coming up starting Monday, 4 with the Red Sox. Ken Griffey Jr. weekend next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, followed by the Tigers for 3. Good stuff going on, and Goody will hold as that ball gets away from Contreras.
First plate appearance for Chris Iannetta. Zunino getting the start behind the plate. Already it came on to pinch run for him. Iannetta hitting for the first time. See, he was 1 for 3 yesterday.
2 for 7 with a home run against Travis Wood. One to count. There's the strike. 1 and 2. 2 outs here in the Mariners' ninth. Runner at third is Gutierrez, a 3-1 lead. Two and two. Cishek, when he comes in, will face 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Bryant, Zobrist, and Baez.
Tough part of the lineup.
Even that. Nice to pick up that run at third. 2-2 pitch. Ubaldo. Shortstop. Oh, Seyfried scores! There you go. Wild throw by Addison Russell. Mariners will take it. It's 4-1 Seattle.
What an insurance run that is. You just read off who the Cubs are going to bring up in the bottom of the ninth, and that certainly helps Steve Cishek, who's ready to go in the pen.
E6 all the way.
He's in good shape. Rushes his throw a little bit. Pulls Rizzo off the bag. Good hustle by Iannetta.
Gutierrez scores. 4-1 lead. There's O'Malley. Solid smash, left center field. Iannetta will go to third. Going to second is O'Malley. He's in safely. 2 outs, runners at second and third here in the ninth.
That'll be a base hit and an E8. A couple of errors.
And Dae-Ho Lee's going to pinch hit. O'Malley with a nice stroke there.
He's played well, getting an opportunity to play. We talked about it before the game.
They give him a double, straight up double. Second and third. There's Dae-Ho Lee.
Going to put him on.
Yep.
Aoki on deck.
Base hit by Nori will clear out the stands. Aoki 3 for 12 against Travis Wood. Nori scored a big run in the 8th inning. He scored on the double by Martin, as did O'Malley. Just needs to find a little green space in the outfield. Ball one. 7th man faced by Travis Wood here in the 9th. There's strike one. Straight beautifully. 1-2. Bases loaded. Iannetta, O'Malley, and Dae-Ho Lee. Roy's got a battle 1 and 2. Baez takes care of it. Mariners get a run on 2 hits. There's an error. They leave him loaded, but the lead has been expanded. It's 4-1 and Steve Cishek for lockdown duty here in the 9th. Inning, Mike, here in Wrigley Field for the Mariners. Chapman and his 100-mile-an-hour pitches, and Lannis Martin to the gap.
Just a huge at-bat. Well played by the Mariners in the inning. Down by a run at the start of it. Come right back and take the lead on that base hit to drive in two. And then a ball ends up hitting the bricks. And Martin comes in to score. A little insurance.
Nice work after a pitching duel for 6.5. Arrieta against Miley, and Wade in line to end a 6-game losing streak. Franklin Gutierrez takes over in right field.
And Steve Cishek, 41 appearances, 24 saves on the year, 2.80 ERA, 58 strikeouts in 45 innings. Opponents hit just 182 against him.
Some work to do here. Chris Bryant to lead it off. Strike one. Bryant 0 for 1 against Steve. Foul ball. Cishek ahead. 0-2. How about Diaz getting out of the 8th? Didn't look sharp, gave up a base hit, a line out, then a walk, and he's in trouble. And then he gets a strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging to get out of big-time jeopardy.
Yeah, a lot of credit to Chris Iannetta, who went out to the mound a couple of times. Mel Stottlemyre just to calm him down. He was pretty amped up when he came into the game.
2-2 here to Bryant.
Almost hit him with that slider.
On deck. Ben Zobrist. 3-2 pitch here to Bryant. Strike 3 call. You can hear Lance Barrett say yes, and no objection by Bryant. One down.
Well, he just paints the outside corner with a pretty good fastball. Little run to it.
Brings up Zobrist, who's 0 for 2 career against Cishek. Strike one. Mariner pitching. Struck out the last 3 hitters. 2 looking. Rizzo and Bryant. Fly ball down the line, hooking foul. Mariners playing Zobrist to pull 3 defenders on the right side in the infield. Adam Lynn guarding the line. Oh, and 2 here to Zobrist. Pitch.
Oh.
Up and in. 1-2. Oh, stroke left center field. Martin will get it back in. Base runner for the Cubs here in the 9th. Mariners with a 4-1 lead.
And we'll take a look at a solid line drive, base hit, fastball at 91 miles an hour out over the plate.
Wind still very much a factor, blowing straight in here at Wrigley Field today. Here's Baez, and he looks at a strike. Services team trying to end it. 2-game losing streak. Next backhand by Iannetta. 1-1 pitch. Folded big time. 1-2 strikes. Joe Maddon's club starting today with the best record in Major League Baseball. The Mariners have battled them hard here today. Swing and a miss, got him. Two outs.
Take a look at it. Sweeping breaking ball well off the plate, get him to chase it.
Big strikeout, Addison Russell. Last hope for the Cubs, he's 0 for 3. Against Cishek, his career 0 for 2. Runner breaks, Zobrist will get second in difference. Strike one to Russell. Steve in the driver's seat now, 0-2.
He's throwing a lot of strikes, 16 pitches, 11 strikes for him.
Chance to put it into it right here. Mariner fans digging the scene here in Chicago. Pitch from Cishek. Swinging a miss, got him, ball game, and the Mariners win it 4-1. What a beauty, 4-1, as they were outscored the last couple of games in big-time fashion. They come in here and beat a good Cubs ball club today.
Well, they take advantage of a couple of walks in the 8th inning by Arrieta, who was cruising through the game. So give the Mariners a lot of credit offensively, especially Martin coming up with the big base hit off of Chapman. And let's not forget about Wade Miley. Wade Miley out pitches Arrieta today. What a performance by Miley in this one, going 7 innings, giving up the 1 hit. He had 1 walk and 9 strikeouts. Quite a performance.
He took a no-no into the 7th. Nicely done. Mariner pitching recorded 14 strikeouts as Miley into 6-game losing streak. ESPN has tomorrow night's game. For Mike Flowers, I'm Dave Sims. Mariner programming continues right now. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines with Jen and Bill.